Welcome, WWPN world. It's the Prodigal One, JayB. And tonight we have something brand spanking new, something special, something exciting. Tonight we're going to have a little talk, a little wrestling talk. And what better way there is to talk about wrestling with a bunch of smarks? So I want you to go ahead and remember this date. Write it down. Put it in your calendar. Put it in your laptop. Put it in your phone. Tattoo it on your forehead if you have to. Because tonight is a very big night for the WWPN. This, ladies and gentlemen, is SMARK TALK. All right, everybody. So we're going ahead and we're going to go and start the actual first episode of SMARK TALK. For those who have listened to our pilot episode, which was titled Brother to Brother, you'll know that this is a roundtable discussion. We'll be having this show exclusively on YouTube once a month. We may up that, but as of right now, it'll be once a month. We just gather around with a bunch of smarks, as it's called, SMARK Talk, and just discuss some topics in the world of professional wrestling. So for today, I have two special guests. Firstly, a very good friend of mine, Kevin. You guys heard him also on previous podcasts that we did. So Kevin, go ahead and say hi to the WWPN world.
What's going on, everyone in the WWPN world? This is Kevin the Don. How are you doing?
All right, thank you so much, Kevin. And then the second guest, of course, it's my brother from my mother, Q. Tell the people how you doing.
What's up, everyone? Doing well and getting ready to talk about some wrestling.
What are you drinking on?
Some of this.
Crown Royal. Our illustrious CEO, he's a bit of a drinker too. So you two may have to get on the show one day and just go shot for shot, question for question. That's something I definitely want to see. Would you take him up on that challenge, Q?
All I gotta say is just bring it.
Damn, that sounds like a challenge to me. I'm sure CEO will be replying to that. So we're gonna immediately not waste any time here. We're gonna go straight into the first topic. Obviously, at this point, there is no secret. There have been a huge bombshell in the in the wrestling world, and that's obviously all the leaks that we've been getting. The page leaks, the pictures, the photos, the videos. Same thing. We've gotten some from Summer Rae, and also we've gotten some from ex divas. Caitlyn and Victoria, some other ones. So basically, the first topic that I would like to discuss is, and the opinions from my fellow brethren here, is with all these different things going on, all these different leaks. In addition to that, about a month ago, we had a leaked text, if you want to call it, from Tom Phillips talking about him wanting to face fuck a girl that I guess he was seeing on the side, not his fiance, but a girl that he was seeing on the side. So, with all these things being said, is this something that is harming or tainting the product itself? Because remember, this product is supposed to be considered PG. It is supposed to be considered something that kids can watch. At the same time, this is nothing that's being showed on screen. It's off the screen. So should these people be penalized? Is it hurting the product, or is it helping the product because it's bringing publicity to maybe eyes that have not seen it first, have not seen it before? Kevin, I'm going to go with you first on that question. What do you think?
So, as far as Tom Phillips is concerned, he definitely should be penalized, in my opinion. He did something that was irresponsible. To the degree he should have at least sent out a message. That was irresponsible on my end. Nothing. We heard nothing from Tom Phillips. As far as the divas go, I mean, why should they be penalized? It's not them that put out a sex tape. They're not doing. It's not like they signed a porno contract. Somebody violated them and took their private stuff. That's the stuff everyone does in the bedroom, and they were just unfortunate to have their stuff leaked. So definitely, as far as WWE being a PG brand, I mean, they've got to realize these people are adults. They're going to have their own lives. The real question we have to ask is, a lot of these wrestlers, Summer Rae, Caitlyn, Paige, pretty much everyone, with the exception of Xavier Woods, are no longer with the WWE. So me personally, I'm wondering, like, is this a coincidence? Why now? That's so. There are questions people are not asking. So is Vince salty and he hired
Huh.
someone to do something? Who knows? But I don't know. But they shouldn't be penalized. Not in my opinion. Paige is young. People are upset that people are coming to Paige's aid. Recently Diamond Dallas Page said if he caught the guy, he'll beat the shit out of him, something to that degree. But people are like, oh, why is people running to her aid? She's a grown woman, but you know what? She was violated. So I think it just sucks all around, and it is what it is, and it'll pass. I mean, Mickey James, her photos are all over the internet, and people forgot about it. Maurice did a Playboy spread, and no one seems to know about it anymore. So time will go on. Focus on these women, their career, especially Paige, who's a great in-ring performer, and move on from that. Hopefully, WWE can see past that and see who she is. Well, that's my opinion. I'm not sure about you guys. Q, how do you feel about the whole situation? Do you feel the same about me? The way I see it?
I gotta go a different way. With Tom Phillips, honestly, I see him for the older school fans like Kevin Kelly and basically Sean Mooney. To me, he's a piece of shit, and I don't think he's the face of anything. If anything, he might be the voice of fucking YouTube, but I don't think he just sucks ass to WWE to me. So it's fucking pointless if you ban him or suspend him or fine him, whatever. To me, it doesn't make a difference because whatever it's fucking Tom Phillips. That's all you need to know. The fucking name irritates me. But other than that, with Paige, I think Paige is actually still contracted with the WWE, so she's officially not out. But whether she's out or not, this is gonna fuck it up right here. But then, like you were saying before, though, this wasn't under her consent, so it's not really her fault. Like, fucking Brad Maddox was there, and then Xavier Woods, she's running the shit out of Xavier Woods, while fucking Brad Maddox got a camera right up in their shit. But it's I'm sure none of them wanted it on there. But regardless of the fact, with the other girls, Summer Rae, I can't even remember the last time she was on TV, so that's pointless. Caitlyn, she only gets mentioned on like body magazines these days. Victoria, with Victoria, I actually heard that she might be coming to WWE again, but this probably shoots that down. So with that, I don't think that's relevant anymore. But yeah, with Tom Phillips though, honestly, I don't even think people give a shit. They probably just laugh at the fact that he wants to Facebook somebody. Like I cracked up with the same fact as that. So JB, what do you think about that?
So I agree and disagree in some points that you guys made. Firstly, I have to say I disagree with Kevin saying that something should happen to Tom Phillips, because I feel like Tom Phillips is in the same arena with Paige and all the divas who got stuff leaked, because yeah, he texted or whatever it was, Twitter or text or whatever it was, this to somebody privately. It was never meant to go out in public. And the fact that it was released to the public and Tom Phillips did make a statement about it, I can guarantee 100% WWE were the ones that were like, just keep it moving, act like it didn't happen, because that's usually what they do in a lot of things, just keep it moving. So I'm sure if WWE would have said, listen, go out and make a statement, he would have. But they probably felt it's not really hurting anybody except Tom Phillips' own character, due to the fact I believe he's engaged. So they're probably just like, hey, keep it moving. Also, on the hand of Paige, I don't think Paige, Xavier Woods, none of them nothing should happen. I mean, again, this is their private life, what they do. I did speak about it on Blue Zone a little bit earlier this week. I don't think anything should happen. The only one thing that hurts Paige. It's just one thing, and it's the problem with the NXT title and Brad Maddox nutting all over the title and her face, the NXT Women's title. It just is not a good look. I mean, it's probably worse than Medusa throwing the damn WWF Women's title in the garbage on WCW Nitro. This is, I mean, Brad Maddox nutting all over the title. That's not a good look. So that she may have some answering to do regarding that. Maybe not on screen or that we hear about, but behind closed doors, absolutely. Xavier Woods, I don't think nothing should happen to him. He did nothing wrong. He was banging a white girl, and that was it. I mean, yeah, I think he's married or engaged. I don't know. Again, that's his personal life. As far as his career goes, nothing should be affected because I can probably pretty much guarantee. Can't guarantee, but I'm pretty positive we saw just a little bit of what goes on behind the scenes in WWE because these guys travel together 300 plus days a year. This can't be the only time something like this ever happened. Trust me, I'm sure this has happened quite a few times with quite a few different names. It's just that we haven't heard about it yet. So that's my thoughts on that. We're going to go ahead and move forward. The next thing I want to bring up, it's a pretty interesting topic. I was on WWE.com, and they had a poll. The poll was, do you think the big dog, Roman Reigns, is going to retire Undertaker at WrestleMania 33? So they had the poll, and according to the poll, I actually have the poll here. Majority of the people, they said that they felt 53% felt that no, not only will Reigns not end the Undertaker's career, he won't win the match. That was 53%. In second place, 24% said yes, the big dog will end the Phenom's in-ring career. And just right under that, 23% said no, Reigns may win the match, but it won't be the end of the dead man's career. So, again, majority of people thinking Reigns is not going to win the match, nor will it be Undertaker's last match. So, I want to ask you guys, firstly, do you think this is going to be Undertaker's last match? And what do you think will happen? You think Roman Reigns goes over on this one? Q, I'm going to go with you first on this one.
I got to go with the 53%. I don't think this is going to be Undertaker's last match, nor do I think Roman Reigns is going to win. Undertaker's, from what I see, he's always going to be the big dog as long as he competes. He's always going to be the big dog. Roman Reigns, it's like, from what I see, it's like he's trying to take Undertaker's spot, but Undertaker's not going to let that happen. I don't think they would let that happen to Undertaker. Roman Reigns, you know, with this, like, if anyone listened to the last WrestleMania podcast, we had Roman Reigns, he's going to, in my opinion, he's going to become a heel, and he's going to be a big-time heel in the business. And, you know, this is going to lead to other people going against him and having bigger feuds with him. But with Undertaker, I don't see this as his last match. I think he'll have maybe one or two matches out of SummerSlam or Survivor Series or Royal Rumble, one of the big four pay-per-views. But for WrestleMania, I can see it being his last WrestleMania match. I cannot see it being his last WrestleMania appearance. I think he will appear again for a few years, even after he retires from wrestling at WrestleMania. It's kind of the same thing like Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels retired from wrestling at a WrestleMania, but you know, he's made an appearance at almost every WrestleMania since he's retired. So I see Undertaker kind of in the same way. He'll just appear. You know, he's not going to be like a special referee, but you know, he'll just appear, just like, you know, how The Rock and all these other guys just show up at WrestleMania. You know, cut a promo. So I believe that's what it'll be. He'll overcome Roman Reigns, and possibly he'll have one more feud sometime during the year between SummerSlam and Survivor Series, and one of those matches possibly with a newer upcoming person. You never know who it might be. It could be, you know, Baron Corbin for all we know. It could be John Cena later on. So, you know, he might have a feud with one of these guys, and eventually later on, you know, that whatever that is might, you know, be the last time you see him in the ring. But for WrestleManias, you're going to see him all the time at WrestleMania. Kevin, you agree with me with that, or you see a different view?
I definitely agree with, like, I don't think this will be his last match. You know, for wrestlers in the past, Ric Flair, HBK, when it was their last match, WWE made sure they did a nice build up to let you know it was career, whatever versus career matches. So going into this, they're not really hyping it up or anything like that. I don't think unless he has a severe injury and that's it, calling it quits. I don't think this will be his last match. You will definitely know it. Now, as far as Roman winning, I definitely will say don't be surprised if WWE makes him win. In the past, you knew for a fact Taker was going to win. Lesnar obviously was the big shocker. But then when he faced Bray Wyatt, you were pretty confident that Bray was not going to win, in my opinion. Oh, Roman, I'm going to tell people right now, don't be surprised. They're especially like Q mentioned, if they're going to go with turning Roman heel, this will be the biggest way to turn him heel is to have him go over on Taker. And that'll be the biggest way. So I can see him getting beat, but I don't think his career is over yet because, trust me, we will know when it's towards the end of Undertaker's career. WWE will make sure because he's the longest lasting wrestler out of the original era that's still going. So they're going to make it a big thing when his career is done. So I don't think we've seen the last of the dead man, at least not in this WrestleMania.
Yeah, for me, I think Kevin absolutely hit the nail on the head with that one. You got to think Undertaker is the biggest star they have. If this was his last WrestleMania, they would undoubtedly be doing something huge. Obviously, they wouldn't want to give it away, but we would see something big. There'd be some packages talking about his entire career when he debuted, his WrestleMania streak. They've done nothing, and there's only one Raw and one SmackDown left. So it's not enough time for that type of build. Albeit, I do understand they could just do something huge the night after on Raw if this is indeed his last match. But I really don't get the feeling this is his last match unless, as Kevin said, something due to injury. With that being said, it's a really tough for me to figure out whether Roman Reigns goes over in their match at WrestleMania. If Roman Reigns wasn't Roman Reigns and he wasn't pushed the way he's pushed, and I know people are probably gonna say shit about that. Oh yeah, how was he pushed? Blah 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 blah. The fact is, we all know Roman Reigns is pushed pretty hard. It's a hard call for me. I'm gonna go ahead and actually say that Roman Reigns does go over on The Undertaker. I do hope, though, if that happens, they do the right thing and make Roman Reigns go heel. I just can't imagine what would happen to Roman Reigns, how hurt his brand would be if he goes over at The Undertaker as a face at WrestleMania. He's going to absolutely get booed out of the building. He may get booed out of the building already, but the fact that he's going to do it against The Undertaker at WrestleMania, Undertaker's widely popular and, a huge guy. I just don't see how they can have Roman Reigns go over unless he's a heel. At the end of the day, though, I do think Roman Reigns will absolutely go over. So that's basically my thoughts on that. We'd love to hear from you guys who are watching this. What are your comments? What are your thoughts on these topics that we're discussing? So remember to go ahead and leave some comments down below and let us know what you think regarding these topics. What Gripe Bomb is I will give every member on this panel 30 seconds to go ahead and rant about whatever the hell they want to rant about in regards to the world of wrestling. If you want to rant on a match, on someone, an executive member, a storyline, whatever the hell you want to rant about, you have 30 seconds to go ahead and drop your Gripe Bomb. So for this first one, I'm going to go ahead and call upon my brother Q. Q, you have 30 seconds. Go ahead and drop your Gripe Bomb.
Fuck The Miz. He fucking sucks. He's a piece of shit on the mic. He makes me fall asleep. He fucking sucks ass in the ring, and he's a piece of shit. John Cena, I barely even like John Cena, but to me, it's low for John Cena to have a match with that piece of shit in the ring at a WrestleMania, and especially his bitch wife. To me, that's just fucking, that's a waste in my opinion. I never liked The Miz. I never liked when he was fucking Mike Mizanone or whatever the fuck his name was in that whatever show he was on before on MTV.
Time. Holy shit!
I
What?
could have went on more.
What?
Wow.
I know you could have probably went on for an hour. What a way to debut that segment! Wow, wow. So I'm assuming at WrestleMania this year, you're not really interested in getting to see Miz or any Miz autographs or Miz pictures. I'm assuming. Q's
Fuck
holding
it.
up the middle finger right now. Okay,
Fuck it.
gotcha. All right, we're gonna go now to Kevin. Kevin, go ahead and drop your gripe bomb.
Basically, I'm sick and tired of WWE just passing on opportunities to make stars. Roman Reigns right now, we're just talking about it. This guy has the potential to be one of the biggest heels, and they're dropping the ball on this. WWE needs to really pick up the slack and make him turn heel. This guy is hated by the fans, and they're not using this momentum. And they're really just trying to shove him down our throats, make him face. You're gonna like him. You're gonna like him, and like Roman, make him a heel. We liked him as a heel when he was in Shield, obviously, because you know that. That's when you were cheering for him.
Time.
All right.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, great points by both you guys. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go ahead and take a shot at this. Here's my problem. Vince McMahon, WWE, you fucking idiots. Stop giving all the big spots, the title spots at WrestleMania to friggin' part-timers who are only there for a couple months out of the year. You have Goldberg, who hasn't wrestled in this fucking decade, hold your world title. He's gonna fight Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar is gonna beat him for the title. Brock Lesnar is gonna disappear for friggin' 3 months while all holding the title. Stop doing that shit. You want to have these two assholes fight? Have them do it. Keep the title out of it. Have the title surrounded by guys who are there, who work for your company year in and year out, who goes to your house shows, who puts in all the work, who are the workhorses. Stop giving it to these friggin' nostalgic acts. They can have their nostalgic acts. Keep the freaking title out of it. That is my gripe bomb. We're going to talk about another match at WrestleMania, talking about AJ Styles versus Shane McMahon. A lot of people have been pissed off that AJ Styles is getting this type of match at WrestleMania 33, considering he's one of the best wrestlers, not only in WWE, but in the world, arguably. And the fact that he's getting Shane McMahon, who is easily, nothing to shout home about as far as in-ring talent. I mean, I like to call him a spot monkey, because that's really what he is. He is entertaining. He'll give you a lot of spots, a lot of bumps, but that's really all he's good for. So my question to you guys is, do you think this hurts AJ Styles' career, or does it help it, or does it not even matter? Is it just another match? I'm going to go ahead and push this question first off to Q. I believe it's your turn. So I'm going to go ahead and ask you this question first.
All right. I don't think this is gonna hurt AJ Styles' career. Shane McMahon, he's always been, that one match wonder type of person. He doesn't have normal matches. I'm not sure if this match is a no disqualification or anything like that, but in my opinion, it definitely should be. If it's gonna be a typical, one-on-one match, I can't see it being like that great. If it's Shane McMahon versus AJ Styles, you got to make it, especially what happened on SmackDown. It's got to be a street fight. They were fighting in the parking lot. You got to make it a street fight. Put some type of stipulation or a ladder match, some shit. You can't just make it. It's Shane McMahon. You can't have it as that type of match. And I don't think it'll hurt AJ Styles' career or anything, because AJ Styles lost last year, so I'm pretty sure he's going to beat Shane McMahon. Shane McMahon, from what I see, the only really big match that I've ever seen him win on any pay-per-view was when he beat his dad, Vince McMahon, at WrestleMania 17. That was really the only big-time match I've seen him win. Other than that, he's lost against everybody. He's lost against Big Show. He's lost against Kane, Kurt Angle. The list goes on. It's a whole bunch of people he's lost to in pay-per-view. But I'm sure he's gonna still make it entertaining. I saw that Jay used that word entertaining. These days a lot of stuff's about entertaining. What I do see about SmackDown is AJ doesn't have that many talent that could keep up with him in the ring. I feel after seeing Shane McMahon's match last year with Undertaker, he's still got some stuff left in the ring. He's not, obviously he's not afraid to do anything. If you're gonna fucking jump off a fucking cell from 20 feet and go straight through a table without no landing or anything, I'm sure he don't care. He'll do whatever the hell he got to do to bring ratings up. So, Shane, I give him a bunch of props for doing whatever he can to bring ratings up. But like I said, on the SmackDown roster, SmackDown, what I see is a roster with people that are up and coming. So, a lot of the bigger guys are already in matches. So, with Shane McMahon, I believe AJ could get a pretty good match out of this. As long, like I said, as long it's a street fight or some type of stipulation in the match, it should be, as what JR would say, a barn burner or slobber knocker. It should be one of those type matches. Kevin, I'm going to move it over to you. What do you think about this?
Yeah, I absolutely agree. I don't think this will hinder AJ's career at all. As far as the match goes at WrestleMania, it's not going to be match of the night, obviously, but it'll have its spots, like you said, with Shane McMahon. I think this is just one of those situations you have to look at the big picture here, right? AJ now WWE over a year, and we never thought we would see AJ Styles in the WWE. Like 2-3 years ago, it was never a thought. Now he's wrestling Shane McMahon at WrestleMania. You have to look at it that way. Shane, you could put him in the same category as some other wrestlers. He was good, but he was good for the stunts, the spots. Shane, hopefully, I also agree with the no disqualification stipulation. You need something extra for this match. And like I said, going back to the big picture, I definitely think this is not going to finish WrestleMania. I can see AJ going over. I can see him continuing to pummel Shane McMahon. It's just the fact the night after Mania and SmackDown, Shane calls up somebody to help him, and it ends up being who knows, Shinsuke Nakamura, and that's pretty much it. That's what I think about that.
Great points from both of you guys, actually. My take is, and again, I spoke about this if you guys tuned into the Blue Zone this week. I talked a little bit about this as well. Q, I should say, made a good point that I didn't really think about before. I actually thought maybe Shane McMahon might actually win this match, but I never thought about it. Outside of Vince McMahon, Shane McMahon has always lost. So he obviously is not one to say like, I want to go over. Like, yeah, I need to win. I don't want a job. He's lost to Kurt Angle. He's lost to The Undertaker, obviously. He's lost to a lot of guys other than Vince McMahon, obviously. So yeah, actually now that Q said that, I feel a lot better in the fact that AJ may go over. I really didn't look at that angle, and look at that, saying, hey, you know what? Maybe AJ will go over. As far as this affecting his career, I mean, I've said this before, I've tweeted out, I think this does a world of good for his career, because at the end of the day, AJ Styles is a professional. This match will absolutely be entertaining. AJ Styles and Shane McMahon will make sure of it. This match at WrestleMania will be huge and entertaining. With that being said, it's going to look so good on AJ Styles that he's able to have such a great match. Again, I'm not saying that it's going to be some 5-star match. Don't get it wrong. Don't get it twisted. But I do think it's going to be an entertaining match. And the fact that he's able to do that with Shane McMahon, a quote-unquote non-wrestler, will say a lot. The fact that he's willing to do this, because I'm sure they did ask his opinion if he wanted the match or not, which he obliged to say, yes, I'll go ahead and do it. The fact that he's willing to do that says a lot about him as a professional. So I think behind the scenes, it will do an absolute world of good for him. With that being said, if he happens to lose this match, it would absolutely derail everything he's done over the last 6, 8, 12 months, because losing to Shane McMahon, a non-wrestler, is absolutely ridiculous. I could understand where they would go from here, in the fact that, they would have Shane McMahon win, and then, possibly, AJ gets fired from SmackDown, or AJ has to leave SmackDown. That could be a stipulation. There are rampant rumors saying that AJ Styles is possibly going to be going to Raw, so this could all be a tie-in. But I do agree with Kevin and both Q in that there needs to be some sort of stipulation in this match, and not just a stipulation. If AJ Styles loses, he's off the SmackDown brand. More so of a street fight or a no DQ or a hell, I mean, as much as it's been done and it was, done last year, shit, throw them in a friggin' cell. Do something like if the match needs something else. They upped the physicality a shit ton over the last 2 weeks. What we saw 2 weeks ago with AJ and Shane going through the glass on the car, the window of the car, and then when we saw Shane's pitiful attempt at throwing punches, a few days ago on SmackDown. The match needs something more, and I do think like a no DQ or a street fight sort of thing would absolutely fit the bill. So those are pretty much the things that I wanted for us to discuss tonight. Again, we'd love to hear from you guys as far as your comments, your opinions on these things. You're going to be seeing Smart Talk a lot more. Again, right now it is penciled in to be a once a month thing. Of course, if our schedules hold up, we might even do it more. But as of right now, we're going to do it once a month. We're going to look to bring in a lot of different guests and have a lot of different topics. And not only, I know we were pretty heavy on WWE tonight. That's because WrestleMania is right around the corner. In the future, it'll be about a lot of different other multitude of promotions. But it's just that it's WrestleMania time. So WrestleMania season, everyone got that WrestleMania fever. So that's why we're talking a lot of WrestleMania themed things. So we're going to go ahead and go into the close. So I'm going to go ahead and go to Kevin first. If you could tell the wonderful people at WWPN where you can be reached.
Hey guys, you can reach me on my Twitter handle, Kevlar, like the Kevlar vest, Kevlar the Don, THEDON. So it's Kevlar the Don. That's on Twitter. Yeah, please feel free to add me, follow me, DM me, whatever you guys want. I'm looking forward to the followers.
Any last statements from you, Kev, regarding anything we discussed tonight or anything else?
Yeah, not really. Pretty much we covered everything. Hopefully, we can talk more about the other matches at another time. But we've covered everything I think tonight, and it should be an interesting WrestleMania. Going into it, it's not looking promising as far as previous manias go, but hopefully we're surprised. We'll see.
Absolutely. And Kevin did say, obviously there are a ton of other matches at WrestleMania we did not talk about. Everybody in this panel, in addition to our fourth brother who happens to not be here tonight, he was on the pilot episode, Brother to Brother. Brian, he couldn't make it tonight. We are going to do a WrestleMania prediction show. We're going to probably do that live in Orlando of WrestleMania weekend. Along with a lot of other videos, Hall of Fame reactions, videos at Access, WrestleMania reactions live at WrestleMania. So a lot of content is coming to you guys live in Orlando for WrestleMania. So definitely look out for that, and also look out for the return of Brian in our next episode. Q, I'm going to go ahead and go to you now. Any last comments, last statements?
I mean, everything was pretty much said. I said what I had to say. Like I said, fuck the Miz. I'm gonna keep saying that for the rest of his career. I never liked the Miz. I will never like the Miz. So this is my time to rant more about the Miz. And
don't you think he's good on the mic at least?
No, fuck it. He puts me to sleep on the mic.
Really?
He's a piece of shit to me. I'll choose anybody over him on the mic.
What about over the last 6 months?
I'll choose a Mantar over the mic over him.
Mantar?
The Miz literally puts me to sleep on the mic. I think I fell asleep on Tuesday listening to him on the mic.
Okay, what about his rant, his version of the gripe bomb that he had on Talking Smack several months ago on Daniel Bryan, when I felt that promo reinvigorated his career, and he's been on a roll ever since then. I'm talking about months ago, maybe 6 months ago on Talking Smack. I believe it was like one of the first episodes of Talking Smack, and he had that big falling out with Daniel Bryan. And moving forward, you don't think anything has been good off of him, even with all that?
He's been more relevant on the roster. Like, he's been in bigger matches. He's been on more top matches on the card. But in my opinion, he's still shit. Every time Brian talk about him, he puts him into shit. Every time John Cena talks to him, he puts him into shit. The only thing I don't care about that is what they say about Nikki Bella. Personally, I don't really like Nikki Bella. I never liked Nikki Bella. I never liked any of the Bellas. I don't really care for them. So what they said about her, I don't really give a fuck. But as far as The Miz, he was a piece of shit from the first time he came in. I don't know what the fuck he was dressing as because he looked like some fucking like Playboy dude coming out of fucking closet from some bullshit. He put on random clothes and wore it. He looked like, I don't know what he looked like when he first came. So when he first came, you know, I gotta admit, this dude's not gonna last more than a year the way he looked. And come to happen, the man fucking cashes in Money in the Bank, wins the damn title, and is in fucking all these movies making money. And then now
defeated John Cena at a WrestleMania.
He beat John Cena in a main event world title match. It wasn't clean at WrestleMania. And then now he's facing John Cena again, which I'm 99.9% he's going to lose. Because if they make that man beat John Cena,
that would be so awesome.
Champion, that will be the damnest thing I've ever seen in the history of professional sports. Fuck wrestling. In professional sports, that'll be the most fucking damnest thing I've ever seen in my life. Because
what would
Miz,
you do?
in my opinion,
what would you do live, being that you're going to be live in attendance? What would you do if Miz pins John Cena cleanly in the center of the ring? 1, 2, 3. What would you do? And don't bullshit me. What would you do?
If I had to take a piss,
no matter what, whatever you would tell me, I want to know. Not if you could. What would you do? What will you do?
I would look for the first Miz picture I see anywhere and piss on it.
What?
That's how much I don't like the man. He fucking sucks. I don't even like John Cena, but I hate Miz that much.
What if there's a little kid holding a poster with Miz picture?
I don't give a fuck. I'll stick both of my middle fingers at him. Like I don't care. The Miz is a piece of shit. And Maurice, she could go show all her fucking porn pictures, and then, you know, if that's gonna make it better, she could do that. Like I don't care for anybody. John Cena, I actually have respect for John Cena. To me, John Cena puts in more work than anybody have ever in their life put in WWE. So, like, you know, if John Cena takes time off, he could do it if he wants. This man has put he's put in his blood, sweat, and tears in his company for however long he has. You know, John, to me, like with John Cena, you know, the only time I literally hated him was when he faced Rock at WrestleMania 28. That I hated John Cena as much as I hate the fucking bullshit Boston Red Sox. Like, I hated him that much as a Boston piece of shit he is. I've hated him that much.
Got a lot of Boston fans watching this.
I don't give a fuck. I fucking hate Boston. If anybody wants to know, I hate the Bruins. I hate the Red Sox. I fucking hate the Patriots, and I hate the Celtics. I hate every fucking Boston piece of shit there is.
How do you feel about Pedro Martinez?
Huh?
How do you feel about Pedro Martinez?
Fuck him. And on top of that's kind of something. I like Sasha Banks, but ever since I found out she was a from Boston, it was a big time turnoff. Like, my neck went whoop. And ever since then,
but
like,
you realize John Cena is from Massachusetts, which is, you know, where Boston.
Yeah, but where the fuck, other than Boston, where the fuck in Massachusetts is relevant? Like, he's basically from Boston. There's nobody know where the fuck anything is in Massachusetts other than Boston. You tell me another city in Massachusetts other than Boston.
Massachusetts City.
Fuck
all right.
That.
All right. Thank you guys so much for joining me, and I can't wait to do another one of these, episode 2, along with our fourth brother, Brian. I want to thank all the listeners. I say listeners because I'm used to doing podcasting, but I want to thank all the viewers for watching this show. Please go ahead and like it. You know, go ahead and elbow drop that like button. Leave comments. We'd love to hear. I can be reached on Twitter at WWPN JayB. That is spelled, of course, at WWPN JayB. We'd love to hear from you. And you can also reach the Wrestling World Podcast Network on Twitter at WrestleWorldCast. That's without the O. And visit our website for all WWPN things. We have podcasts. We have some great articles by Andrew Bello, the Andrew Bello, and also Mimi. Great articles, a great podcast, a lot of specials. We are having videos being added on to the webpage as well. Our webpage, for those who don't know, it's thewwpn.com. Please go ahead and visit it. Again, thank you so much for all the support. This, ladies and gentlemen, is Smart Talk. Have a good night.